Hi! It's not that often that I do a movie review on this channel, but I do like doing them. Sometimes, for one reason or another, a movie just calls out to me. And I just gotta talk about it, and share it with you, and make you feel my pain. So today I want to talk about the new War of the Worlds remake, reboot, I don't know. If you didn't know already, War of the Worlds isn't an original concept. It's actually part of the franchise adapting the 1898 novel by H.G. Wells, War of the Worlds. There's a version from the 50s, there's a version with Tom Cruise in it, and some sequels or something. War of the Worlds is an American classic of literature. Even though it's not written by an American, it's War of the Worlds, and world equals America. I'm just trying to give you context. Even though this video isn't really about the War of the Worlds novel, because the movie isn't about the novel, I'm pretty sure the only things that are in the book and this movie are the tripod aliens and the fact that a couple of times they say this is a War of the Worlds.
I see no other option to initiate this War of the Worlds to save us all.
So War of the Worlds 2025 was actually filmed during 2020. And you can tell, it's clearly during the height of lockdowns that were really troubling for production in the film industry. There was a panic and scramble to continue making as healthy a profit as possible. And in doing so, big studios like Universal in this case, were eager to experiment with ideas that would be compliant with lockdown restrictions and also not cost very much money at all. Meet producer Timur Bekmambetov, sorry if I got that wrong, who pitched this film to Universal back in 2020, promising to use screen life technology as a means to get around COVID restrictions. And all that means is that the movie takes place on a computer screen with like a face cam of the actor in the corner. If you've ever seen Unfriended, it's like that. That's screen life technology. The director of War of the Worlds 2025 is Rich Lee, who, according to Wikipedia, is a music video and commercial director responsible for the videos I'm a Bee and Rock That Body by the Black Eyed Peas, which of course they also released as a single video, I'm a Bee Rockin' That Body. But we all know that already. If you actually look back at some of Rich Lee's music videos, they're almost eerily similar to how this film looks. Unfortunately, Rich Lee has never made a movie before. 90% of it is Ice Cube sitting on a green screen of an office, looking upset at his computer at the War of the Worlds. A solid like 70% of the dialogue is fully ADR'd, which means it's just dubbed over after the fact by the actors in a vocal booth.
Yeah. Well, I got bigger fish to fry than watching clouds. Look, duty calls, so just keep me posted.
And while that happens, the frame is usually zoomed in onto the corner of a web browser screen or something. When I use the computer, I only look at like a really tiny part of it at a time. Somehow, this film took 5 years to come out. I'm guessing it's because they rewrote it like 6 times or something. That would explain the ADR at least. It came out on Amazon Prime streaming video, which is actually relevant to the plot. There's so much product placement for Amazon in this movie that it is crucial to the events of the story. Yeah, it's that fucked up. I've been stalling long enough. Let's look at this bullshit.
All right, all right, all right. Did you miss me? Did you miss me? William Radford.
So in this movie, Ice Cube plays a DHS surveillance guy that can scan through the city and access people's information, I guess. He has omniscient technology. He starts scanning through DC and listening to people's phone calls. I guess that's his job. The film treats all this as normal, by the way. There's never a, like, concern about what he's doing. Ice Cube even spies on his kids, and it's framed like he's just a concerned parent checking in. It says the White House is at like medium threat for no reason. Why? Trump has pissed off the whole country, so people are just thinking really hard. This movie sort of follows Ice Cube playing like real life Five Nights at Freddy's, but with the American surveillance state.
You are officially banned. Bam!
That was easy.
Nah, I'm just good.
Ice Cube's friend Sandra Nasa calls Ice Cube and shows him these crazy storms, but he doesn't really care. He's busy.
Take a look at this. Any noise about it on your end?
Nope, I watch people, not weather.
I listen to phone calls and I don't even care about the sky. I'm spying on my daughter right now. I'm busy.
All of NASA's satellites are blind. We haven't been able to see anything for 2 days. Can't figure it out.
Yeah. Well, I got bigger fish to fry than watching clouds. Look, duty calls, so just keep me posted.
Ice Cube is apparently tracking this anonymous-style hacker terrorist called the Disruptor, who wants to expose the government's surveillance state. This comes up later, but it's not actually the surveillance state that Ice Cube is using throughout the movie. That's sort of neutral. No, Disruptor is trying to expose even more super surveillance. That's what he's trying to disrupt. But at the same time, Ice Cube is tracking a hacker criminal. He's also stalking his daughter and chastising her for buying a muffin.
Really? A muffin. What are you thinking?
Jesus, Dad, how many times have we been
One
through this?
hard-boiled egg.
He's just that good. He could do it all. I feel like this would be a lot more effective as a horror movie. Yeah, Daddy's watching. Is that a muffin? During your pregnancy? Invite me to the baby shower right now. Even though he just said he didn't have time to watch Clouds, he has time to hack into his daughter's fridge and analyze all of the food inside of it for nutrition value. Why is there a camera inside of her fridge? This is all happening while he's still trying to track the Disruptor, who's streaming live this whole time. Like, he's doing a government operation while doing all this. Then he gets an alert that his son is gaming, so he hacks his son Dave's computer and uninstalls the video game he was playing. Dick move, Ice Cube, do your fucking job. And he ignores his daughter that he called for some reason to do this. It's like Ice Cube has ADHD or something, which, same, Queen.
Gotta focus on this right here real quick.
I gotta get back to the lab and finish up my project.
All right, I love you.
It is very obnoxious how much the frame has to zoom into everything Ice Cube's doing. So most of the footage of him using the computer is just super close to what he's clicking on. It makes for very boring footage to watch. Ice Cube keeps taking all these personal phone calls while he's working on what seems like very important shit for the government. It seems like if there was some kind of alien invasion, he'd be completely unprepared and distractible the whole time. Then Ice Cube hacks into his daughter's MacBook and starts reading texts between her and her fiance after he accidentally told her that they were having a baby shower that he, I guess, wasn't invited to. This is very important for the movie to show that Ice Cube loves his daughter, but she doesn't really like him for reasons I don't even understand. Then he finally accepts his daughter's boyfriend's Facebook request. So now they're friends on Facebook, but there's no time for that. FBI Steve has sent in a warrant for the arrest of the Disruptor.
Boom.
That was easy.
And Ice Cube keeps hitting this "that was easy" button. He's just that good. This movie wants you to believe that Ice Cube is some super skilled hacker agent, when most of what he's doing is looking at cameras, texting other people for stuff, or watching the news and going, whoa. They start a raid on the Disruptor's supposed location, and the FBI field agent is just holding her phone on FaceTime, as if they don't have helmet-mounted cameras in the government. Oh, wait, no, they do. They just didn't give one to the lady Ice Cube's talking to? Why? She has to hold her phone in a badass position, just in case she has to, you know, mag dump the distressor or whatever. Disruptor. Ice Cube will see it. The NSA director gets added to the call, but they must have rewrote basically everything this character says in this movie, because they do this cheap editing trick, making it seem like his footage is lagging, just so they could dub over all of his lines. Like, all of them.
I want this to be clean and surgical. We don't know who these hackers are, but we know what they're capable of.
It's not even close to what he's actually saying. I don't know what happened here. And what's fucked up is they do this for every scene this character is in, and he's kind of the main antagonist. What's the point of shooting all this stuff in their houses and on green screens if you can't just recreate it later? This movie is just uncomfortable visually. Ice Cube opens security cameras throughout the building, but they're clearly just random, unrelated videos from the internet. It's very confusing, and it seems very lazy. The FBI only finds a decoy of the Disruptor, and then suddenly the entire city is under attack from meteors. Quickly, Ice Cube, pull up the space cam. The camera that the government has in space. Yeah, there it is. The first thing Ice Cube does upon seeing meteors raining onto the Earth is call his daughter while he watches cities get blown up. Do something, Ice Cube. You have power. Hack into an F-15 and shoot a missile at it. Nobody's picking up the phone, and he immediately clicks on a Fox News link where an anchor gets blown up by a meteor. Oh no, Judge Janine! No! Ice Cube's reactions to all these videos are so mild. DC takes a direct hit and Ice Cube spills his coffee everywhere. I guess his camera can just lag even though it's not on a video call or anything. The DHS director from earlier is demanding a Zoom call to assess the situation, but Ice Cube is just watching his kids and only trying to help them. Are there really no in-person meetings in the government? Who else is in this building? Ice Cube finally joins the Situation Room Zoom call with the DHS director, the Secretary of Defense, who is on the golf course. Sandra Nasa is examining one of the meteors that landed near DC, and some tentacle comes out and she loses connection. The whole time Ice Cube is just trying to talk to his kids though. He's completely distracted. The FBI agent from earlier gets crushed by a giant alien mech.
Sheila! Oh my God.
After Ice Cube specifically told her not to do anything.
Bradford, what are the rules of engagement
Engagement? Shit if I know. Don't do nothing.
Is it that hard to just blow them up? They're not even attacking you yet. We're America, just everybody shoot at it. And I guess because Ice Cube told the army and the FBI not to do anything, the Big Mech just fucking lasers and blows up a bunch of people. And Ice Cube is really, really upset about it. He tries to figure out what the Big Mechs are doing around the country as they vaporize infrastructure and military bases, and then Faith finally calls back, but gets killed by a helicopter. Oh, never mind. Faith is fine. She's just injured. Ice Cube finally considers leaving his office, but the building is apparently on lockdown. He hacks his way out of his office, but the movie is still only taking place on a FaceTime call on his phone, because I guess they were really committed to this dumb idea. He finds another locked door at the bottom of the stairwell of the building, and then just gives up and goes back to his office. For a second, I was really excited that the movie was finally changing into something else. I thought it was going to be different. Ice Cube hacks and unlocks a Tesla for his daughter to escape into, and the autopilot takes her to safety. That's a really gross product placement. He even turns on the AC remotely to make sure she's comfortable. I don't even know what the fucking point of this scene is. There's so many filler scenes of just like, what would you do on the computer? Turn the AC on, turn on your Spotify mix. The substance of the plot is so shallow, they just have to fill time with this shit. He hacks the Tesla battery to have more charge when they could have just written out the low battery part to begin with. I guess this works too. He saves his daughter, whatever, and she gets taped up by her boyfriend who works for Amazon Prime. He's so good at taping because he works for Amazon. Ice Cube's interrupted by Sandra Nasa, who's actually also fine all along. Then she sends him a link to more of the alien stuff. I watch people, not aliens, Sandra. He joins a call with the president and his cabinet. The Secretary of Defense is still golfing. The actor must have actually just been golfing on this shoot day. It just filmed on his phone. They mentioned that the aliens destroyed all of Earth's satellites with the meteors from earlier, so there wasn't any warning about the impact. But how do they still have internet and GPS? He just used Tesla autopilot to get his daughter home. Whatever, the president approves Ice Cube's plan to blow up all the aliens, and Ice Cube is reacting.
Got him! Got him!
Then suddenly the aliens change course and start targeting government data centers. They covered the government servers in some kind of goo, techno cyber goo, and Ice Cube can apparently tell that they're doing a hyper download and that the servers are being emptied.
It's covering the servers.
Oh shit, they're in hyper download. They're being empty.
Emptied?
And Sandra Nasa gets attacked by a bunch of little bugs.
Sandra!
They're in my clothes!
Sandra!
Then Ice Cube gets a warning on his computer that all military data is being lost. I don't know, man, we just can't remember. How does a plane work? Jets and helicopters start falling out of the sky. Warships just crash onto the shore. They don't know how to drive a boat without computer. And Ice Cube is just taking it all in. When I first watched this movie, I was thinking the data breach or whatever would keep Ice Cube from being able to see or interact with certain things, but now it's mostly fine. Oil tankers just start fucking exploding. Without GPS, they just blow up.
And oil rigs are combusting.
This is terrible.
Sandra Nasa calls and explains that the little bugs are the ones eating the data at the data centers around the world, and all financial data gets wiped.
Power grids are collapsing in mass numbers. The world is going dark as we speak. Financial data has been completely drained and erased, making the Earth's population totally bankrupt.
Which honestly seems a little less dramatic after the plane disaster, but whatever. Dude, the stock market! What the fuck is this gonna do to the Dow Jones? And then, worst of all, Ice Cube gets a notification from Facebook that reads, "Your memories are deleting." I don't really know what that means. Why is he even allowed to log into his personal Facebook account on a DHS computer? Anyway, the damn aliens are eating all his Facebook memories. He didn't have any of those pictures saved on his phone, I guess. Earlier in the movie, he played this audio message from his dead wife, but I skipped that part because I didn't really care. But here he starts playing it again before it gets deleted, and she says, "Make sure to take out the trash and be nice to the kids."
Remember to take out the trash today and be nice to the kids. I love you, baby. Remember to take out the trash today and be nice to the kids.
Who the fuck has to ask that? Is what he's doing now being nice? He's actually kind of a bastard. Then Ice Cube's wife's memorial page on Facebook gets eaten up, and he closes all of his tabs in resignation before realizing that the Disruptor's live stream is still going. Then he analyzes the Disruptor's voice and realizes it's his son. They do this amazing fake vertigo shot by zooming out on the background and zooming in on Ice Cube. Listen, for what it's worth, I think it's kind of cute that they tried with what they had. That's my one praise for the movie. They kind of tried one thing. What I really don't understand is why Ice Cube waited this long to analyze the voice of the guy he's been tracking this whole time. I guess he just forgot that he can do this.
It's you! It's you!
Yeah. Well, yes, kind of.
My own son is hacking the government.
Come on, Dave. The government? Really? Sorry, I just think Dave is a really funny name for your son character.
The past is the past. I'm ready to work together now. Are you?
I gotta go.
Yeah, it looks like Ice Cube actually forgot to do what his wife asked, be nice to his kids. But after they have an argument, Dave sends Ice Cube the evidence of what the government has been hiding this whole time, and it's that they've been collecting data on the aliens since the 40s, and they hid it from the world. This convinces Ice Cube so quickly, it's hilarious.
They knew, and they hid it from us. They hid it from everybody. Goliath. Damn. Dave was right. He lied to me the whole time.
All of this dialogue is ADR. I can't believe this. They lied to me. But then he finds the DHS director in a picture he's clearly not actually in. This reveal was so funny. I laughed so hard at how obvious this fucking horrible Photoshop is. Why couldn't they just take a picture of him? Ice Cube calls up the DHS director and he's just completely dubbed again the whole time. Sometimes they'll awkwardly crop like his eye into frame so his mouth isn't moving on camera.
NASA warned you if you activated Goliath, it could spark an invasion.
Those dinosaur bureaucrats don't keep us safe. I do.
He fires Ice Cube and revokes his computer login or something.
The government's like mommy and daddy. If we can't track our babies, how can we protect them?
Is that what this is about?
Shortly after, Dave gives his dad Hacker OS and welcomes him to the Resistance. They come up with a plan to infect the aliens with a computer virus and a Zoom call full of other Resistance hackers. Kind of a lame solution to the conflict, but I don't know what else I expected. In the meantime, Ice Cube makes a YouTube video on the Disruptor YouTube channel explaining everything he just learned from Dave's evidence. Plus, he put an arrow on the DHS director saying, "This fool knew." He fucking got him, dude. He's over. Then Ice Cube reveals that he's the Disruptor. I mean, he wasn't before, but he is now, I guess. The other Disruptors start getting their data hacked by aliens, and then they all blow up. And somehow the special effects keep getting worse. They blow this one guy up with a stock effect. So the virus doesn't work. Dave gets blown up.
Dave, get out of there now! Dave, is that No!
Nah, he's fine. And the Secretary of Defense now wants to blow up all of DC to prevent the aliens from eating the Goliath servers. The Goliath servers are the secret super surveillance that the government has on everybody. The aliens are gonna eat that because data is their food. They come up with a new plan to use Ice Cube's daughter's virus that she made at university to kill the Goliath servers and the aliens altogether. They have to get the virus to Ice Cube with a flash drive, but Ice Cube says that flash drives aren't allowed into the building because it's a government building.
Boy, this is a top secret military installation. They don't let thumb drives in the building.
So to get the new virus to Ice Cube at the DHS building, he has to order a flash drive on Amazon. So his daughter Faith's boyfriend can ship him the flash drive with an Amazon Prime same-day air drone. I'm not joking, that's the plot of the movie. This is an Amazon Prime original film, after all. We gotta have Amazon in it. And this is where the movie really starts falling apart because they just keep adding filler. The drone gets flipped upside down at one point. They analyze a homeless man nearby so they can find his phone number and text him to flip it over. At first they tell him the government will give him free internet for a year, but obviously that doesn't work. So they send him a $1,000 Amazon gift card. I don't know how they sent it, but they, I guess, did. Which, of course, he can't turn down. So he goes and flips the drone over and saves the day. I mean, what a great deal, especially when you have Amazon Prime services. At this point, the movie has almost no characters actually speaking on screen anymore. And if they are, their mouths are doing entirely different things than the words that they're saying necessitate.
Talk to me, Goose. How we looking?
Under control, Pops.
It's almost insulting to watch. It's not really a movie. Ice Cube busts into the Goliath servers and is attacked by a tentacle. And I don't know if this is intentional, but it looks like Ice Cube is like smiling and laughing this whole time. It's also hard to tell because it looks like shit and there's no lights. This part of the movie looks so bad. I didn't even know movies could look this bad. They imply that Ice Cube dies because they start showing this email that he wrote to his kids, but they immediately show that he's alive after all, and he turns down a job working for the president because the government are the real bad guys. Ice Cube is part of the resistance. He's a disruptor. They're posting about him on X.com. They end the movie with pictures of the family all together, except they're clearly physically not together and the background is fake. And then it just kind of ends. Now, War of the Worlds 2025 is not a movie I would call good or really watchable, but for a couple of reasons I think it's an important film. It's certainly a guide as to what never to do when making a movie, but I also think it's an example of how desperate studios like Universal were to make anything work during COVID restrictions, as long as it was cheap. I would give it a 0 out of 10, and I don't think anyone should watch it. Maybe drunk with friends, but don't quote me on that. My final verdict, this is probably the worst thing Ice Cube has made since Black White.
Did you get your race car?
It was funny like 15% of the time, maybe, but it's not really worth the constant ads for Amazon Prime delivery or Tesla car. Let me know if there's any other films you'd like to see me talk about on this channel. I had a good time with War of the Worlds, even though it wasn't good. Click the like button if you had a good time. Thank you so much for watching. It means a lot. If you want to come say hi, I'm live almost every day on Twitch at twitch.tv/PedenIsOnline. I'm always watching stupid stuff on there. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.